Today, I'm going to tell you an interesting story about the life of Saint John Francis Regis. Saint Regis is also known as the patron saint of lacemakers, social workers, and illegitimate children. He was born on January 31st, 1597, in the town of Foncouvert in southern France. His parents were devout Catholics, and from a young age, Saint Regis showed signs of deep faith and maturity. He wasn't interested in childish things, for he preferred prayer, fasting, and helping the poor, which was quite extraordinary for a child. At age 14, he entered the Jesuit college at Béziers, where he was known for his intellect and disciplined behavior. He joined the Society of Jesus when he was 18 years old and committed himself to a life of spiritual service, education, and missionary work. During his formation, he faced serious trials, including a plague outbreak, but his heart never wavered. In 1630, he was ordained a priest, and though he was appointed for a comfortable academic post to teach in schools, he instead asked to serve the poorest and most rural people of France. When his mission request was granted, he then traveled by foot through rugged mountains and isolated villages to preach the gospel, hear confessions, and administer sacraments. His homilies were simple, but they were very powerful. He reached the hearts of farmers, widows, and even criminals. He became a missionary to the countryside, visiting the places other priests had long since abandoned due to political conflicts and tensions. What set him apart wasn't just his preaching, but in how he lived. He opened homes for at-risk girls, many of whom were caught in poverty or prostitution. He taught them trades like lace-making so they could support themselves with dignity. He also visited prisoners, comforted the sick, and fasted often, always giving his food to others. He slept little and traveled constantly. Wherever he went, people followed him in crowds. Despite his success, Saint Regis wasn't always welcomed. Some town leaders saw his work as disruptive. They threatened him and tried to block his missions, but he continued his mission no matter what. He once said, "If I should die, then I die, but I must not stop." In late December 1640, while traveling in harsh winter conditions to a remote town in the mountains to give a retreat, Saint Regis fell ill. He had been overworking himself, preaching, hearing confessions all day and night. On December 30th, 1640, at the young age of 43, Saint Regis died from pneumonia and exhaustion in La Louveuse, France. After his death, people who followed him buried his body, and later, a basilica was built in honor of his missionary efforts. This basilica is called the Basilica of Saint John Francis Regis, which is open for pilgrimage and tours. In 1737, Pope Clement IV canonized him as a saint. Today, Saint Regis is venerated as the patron saint of lacemakers, social workers, and illegitimate children. His feast day is celebrated every 16th of June. If you like stories like this, support us, follow, like, and subscribe.